is a lie. Trying to take a picture of the sun, but it won't help me to see the light. Every little word upon your lips makes a little blood, the blood course out. Every little doubt was you built on kiss, but I won't miss, not for anything. Okay, okay. Every single feeling tells me this is leading through the heart. YouTube stream, 'cause if TikTok at everyone, bam. Every single feeling tells me this is leading to the heart. In broken little pieces, and you know I'm meaning this like a heart. And I nearly forgot my broken. Okay, taking me miles away. Alright, I need to start recording. Mother. No. Discord. Discord, Discord. Oh my rod. Okay, over here. And we go start recording. I think I know where that's going. And, alright. I gotta see if the Harrier strategy still works. Um, shoot. Okay. I know how I can edit this. Alrighty, people. If you are new to the stream, you might not know this, but if you're an OG, you've heard me say this a million times. If, uh, yo, why you get banned? What's up, Colella? Glizzy! Who's Glizzy? What's up, guys? How's the YouTube stream quality, by the way? Guys, I'm doing this partly because I just want to stream and I can't do it on TikTok, but also because I want to make a couple videos that I haven't done that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Why'd I get banned? Because I said the R word, I'm pretty sure. I think that's why. I'm Frog. Okay, what's up, Frog? So yeah, basically, what I'm gonna do is try to record a couple videos. One is I want to explain to people why this Harrier is so good for grinding. So, I'm gonna try to do like an intro here. People ask me all the time, what is my favorite USA Air Premium? And I tell them the 9.7 Harrier. And most people are probably like, why the F? This thing isn't that good. Why don't you get the F-18? Well, here's the thing. If we take a look at the tech tree, where'd it go? Bam. 9.7 Harrier, bro. Look what it has on it. Okay, this is the important thing. AIM 9Gs. AIM 9Gs at 9.7. I want you to understand, at 9.7, nobody, okay, not nobody, but half the people in that lobby do not have flares. And the AIM 9G pulls basically like an AIM 9M. It just doesn't have IRCCM, so if they do flare, it's gone, okay? But most people don't have flares, and if you just shoot at people who don't have flares, it's the freest kill in the world. You only get 2 missiles though, but it's 2 free kills. And here's the kicker. I bring this thing with bombs, okay? The reason I bring it with bombs is because this thing has the best acceleration at 9.7. You can get to a base before anybody does, before the enemy team can even kill you. Just get that free base experience too. So you get base experience and 2 kills a game, every single game, with a premium plane. You can research like a huge chunk of the US tree, one of the hardest ranks to research with this Harrier, which is rank 7, all with the Harrier. And I'm going to try to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, was that good, guys? By the way, can I join? Not while I'm trying to film this video, Frog. I wanna, cause I'm probably gonna mess up a couple times, and if I do, I'm going to need to like reset, and I don't want to wait for people. But yeah, plus like the game has changed so much, I don't even know if this is gonna work. Like, there's probably new premiums that might actually fuck up my whole entire plan here. Alright, so we spawned in. I always go, and this might be like part of it, is I always go for the right base, guys. The right base. Because everyone, your whole team is going to go for the left bases, right? You go for the right base because nobody's going for it. And the Harrier's so fast that you can get there. So I'm climbing at like 20 degrees, and I'm gonna wait till my engine overheats, and then I'm gonna just turn the engine down to like 92%, let it cool down, and then fly over the space and drop bombs for free. When you grind, there's no TTS? Yeah, I know. It's because YouTube chat has like nothing, bro. I haven't streamed on YouTube in forever. Yeah, when I start grinding. When I start grinding, I'm down. Um, obviously there's definitely a way to get TTS for YouTube chat, but I'm not actually going to be streaming on YouTube that much. I'm just doing it because I'm banned and I have nothing better to do. Alright guys, so my engine overheated, which means I'm going to level out my climb now. I have plenty of altitude. But this is not working. These guys are obviously going for the base, so I'm going to need I might need a different game in case it works though. So I leveled out, guys. My engine overheated. I had to turn down the thrust, which means I can't continue the climb I was doing. I'm leveled out now, and I'm just going to wait until I get close to this base, and I'm probably going to lob a couple shots off, or lob these bombs. I see you reposting a lot of that arc. I'm reposting Tfue. Tfue's like my favorite streamer of all time. If he was playing anything, I'd be reposting him. But arc is cool. I'm not reposting anything that's not Tfue, that's the thing. Tfue is my guy, bro. I've been watching him since freaking A1, Day 1, Fortnite Fridays. Yeah, my strat's not gonna work this game, sadly. Especially because of this MiG-21. There's a fucking F-35? Yeah, okay. He didn't even go for me. I could have killed him if I would have expected that. I mean, I'm gonna go for this base now. I do have to be careful. Alright, so for the video. This base got taken by teammates, which is fine. I'm still at the highest altitude in the lobby, so I'm just gonna go hit this base. Keeping an eye on this guy. He looks like he might be climbing for me. I'm gonna start pre-flaring though, so while I focus on this base, in case someone I didn't see tries to kill me here. Drop my bombs. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Fucking P2 just came out of nowhere. I'm not gonna get turned around in time for him, but I might be able to catch his Harrier. And I hear someone on my ass, but we're pre-flaring. That AIM-9G I think kills if that Harrier doesn't know about me. He did. He flared it. It's fine. Alright. Not the game. Not the game. Unless this guy overshoots like a fucking idiot. Come on, hold on. We can get this guy. I think he has flares though. Yeah. Wasted shot. Alright, we got the base though. So like, worst case scenario, you get a base. And then you can just RTB. Yeah, okay. Bad one, bad one, bad one. But you guys see the vision though? You see the vision? Like... If I didn't have to go for that second base, I wouldn't have been so deep. Well, I can't see either. I'll have to check the post-game stats from that last one. What was that on? Battles, he left Operation Southeastern City. I'll have to check that one again after it ends, but let's try again. Let's try again. Alright, now I have to do that whole rant again. We'll eventually get a game that works for this. Oh, it's not even for sale anymore. When the rank 8 comes out, it'll be super inefficient. Yeah, but maybe people aren't trying to go for fucking rank 8, you know? And plus, people hate top tier. The Harrier is not in, or is underneath radar missiles. Like, I'm pretty sure people will like this plane. I mean, it worked for me, bro. It worked for me. Alright, so here we're in the game. We spawned airpoint. Climbing at 20 degrees. Climbing at 20 degrees because the Harrier's low-key one of the best climbers in this VR. Like, the only thing that's beating me is this F-104. Which makes sense. The F-104, obviously, fastest plane in this VR. But I'm just going to climb at 20 degrees until my engine starts to overheat. And then I'll level out to let it cool down. Okay. Okay. Alright, engine just started overheating, so we can level out here and drop throttle to like 92%. Now, the only stuff that's going to be above you is like MiG-21, F-104, right? But these planes are bricks. So all you got to do is see the contrails and fucking just like maneuver a little bit, because they don't really have head-on missiles in this VR. They're going to try to hit you with guns. They're moving at Mach Jesus. All you got to do is like aim to the side slightly and you'll dodge their shots. One thing you do want to be careful about is that thing right there, the Mirage. Because he will shoot a radar missile at you, and that's the one thing that'll actually catch you off guard. Now, if the Mirage turns for my ass... Yeah, look, see, they can't hit these shots. I'm just pre-flaring. That's another good thing about this Harrier, is it has infinite fucking flares. For this VR, it's the most... It might have the most flares in this VR. Now, this F1, I got my bombs off. That's literally the goal here. And this F1 is going to cook me. Maybe. I might be able to get him over sure. Nah, good try, good try. But the bombs are off. Alright. Probably not a good one, but you get the idea. Like, the worst you could do in this, using this plane, the worst you can do is hit the base. So, but I will do better, just wait. Alright, let's try again. Wait, what am I researching, by the way? I should probably make sure I'm researching something something that's efficient here. Every single feeling. Frog, if you're still here, bro, here's another problem with streaming on War Thunder. It feels so quiet because I cannot play music. If I play music, literally, YouTube will just ban me on the spot. So cringe. Alrighty though. Alright, spawned airpoint, climbing at 20. We'll wait until our engine starts to run out, or until it gets hot. Now we're against F4s. I guess you kind of do. It's probably useful to check if you're in an up tier. I mean, so there's F1s. If there's F1s in your lobby, they have radar missiles. They will kill you doing the strat. But all you gotta do is just kind of watch for the smoke trail. If you see the smoke trail, just dodge the missile. These are the worst radar missiles in the game. All you gotta do is kind of move a little bit. The only way you're gonna die is if you fly in a straight line. What makes this map a little scary is the cloud cover. So it could be hard to spot a smoke trail. But honestly, it's probably... I probably will be able to see. Mirage is not going to be able to get a shot on me unless they climb above these clouds, I'm pretty sure. Do I have... So this F4 is going for base. He's in an F4C, I understand. He's got the best missiles in this BR, but he's scared because he has no countermeasures. It's honestly a hard life, so he's going for bases. I get it. Looking for smoke trails, still don't see anything, it's looking clear. Now, you're gonna have these fuckers Really just want to start pre-flaring as soon as you start like focusing in on dropping your bombs. So things are crossing my path now. I'm gonna start pre-flaring. It only takes a little bit. The IR missiles in this VR are super flareable. Not one of them is gonna ignore your flares. Alright, drop your bombs, get your free base. Now, check if anything's on your tail. This game, it's looking good. There's nothing on me. So now, this is where a little bit of game knowledge comes in. Because you're going to want to just kind of hover up here at altitude. Avoid the MiG-21s. There's a MiG-19. I don't even think he sees me. This could be a free kill. This is going to be hard for the 9G to catch, I think. But we'll see. Does the 9G catch him? It does. Look at that. Free kill already. I do hear something. Oh, that's a teammate. Okay. Now we just look down. Look at this. This is a crapshoot. I just gotta find something that doesn't have flares below me. I hit the base. Most of this shit has flares. Some MiG-21s don't have it, but you have to be very close to the MiG-21 to see what kind it is. But honestly, when you're this high, people who have flares tend to not flare because they don't know you're up here. So that's the plan here. I'm gonna dive on this. Gonna extend the air brake, drop throttle, and try to hit somebody who's not expecting an AIM-9G from the sky, from heaven. As soon as I get through this cloud, I'm ripping this. And you can pull lead with this thing. I mean, look how OP. That's just a free kill. Oh. I guess I need to pull more lead. I guess I need to pull more lead there. That's my bad. I watched my AIM-9G hit the ground. I guess I forgot this thing, this thing's capabilities. But you can see how that would have easily been 2 kills. This guy's a little fast. I'm gonna try to bait him to turn. Yeah, he did. He's going right over our base, too. He died to the base. I should get an assist for that. Honestly, I'm right here at the base. I'm gonna reset. Maybe I can do this again. Climb up and hit another base. This is another thing. This is another strategy you can do. If you get the free base and a free kill like I just did, just go back to base, land and rearm. Do it again. This is about to be a lot of points, boys. A lot of points. Just put this on the ground nice and gentle. You lucky as hell. What you mean I guess a guest and I can't update? You lucky as hell I'm a guest and I can't update. No joke, bro. What do you mean? You can't update what? What's up, the second coming fan? How you doing? Are you from the TikTok streams or you just actually stumble across the stream? Every single feeling tells me this is beating through the heart. Broken little pieces, and you know I mean this. Like a heart, and I nearly forgot my broken heart. I can't update War Thunder. What happened to your War Thunder, bro? Is it servers down or something? I swear, this happens to people all the time. I get in the game just fine, and then other people can't update. Maybe because I updated earlier today or something, and now the update servers are down, something like that. Alright, so same thing, rinse and repeat, climb at 20 degrees. You go straight towards the base. Line yourself up. I'm gonna fly right over top of these MiG-21s. I do have a teammate over here who's dogfighting 2 fucking MiG-21s by himself. Maybe I should think about helping him. But, regardless, the path to this base and the path to helping this Harrier out is the exact same. So, I'm probably gonna try to dive on one of these guys and hit him with a 9G. Or else I lose the ME-163B I got from medium loot box in under 5 tries. Nice. If I update War Thunder and the guest account might glitch and restart me. What? I've never heard of a guest account, bro. What's a guest account? Every single feeling tells me this is needing through the heart in broken little pieces, and you know I mean this. Alright, so my boy died. I didn't get there in time, which means I'm gonna be a little greedy and hit this base before I try to attack these MiG-21s who are definitely going back to base right now. I don't even know if they know about me. Oh, I just noticed my engine overheated. Let's drop the throttle and level out. That could have been bad. Because the bad thing about this Harrier is if you do not pay attention to your fucking engine heat, bro, you will lose your engine and just completely die for nothing. You gotta be very careful on that. Epicness, how you doing, bro? It's on War Thunder Mobile. Oh, it's the epicness. Yes. Hell yeah, thank you guys for coming over to the YouTube stream. I got rid of TikTok because it's evil now. No, I'll be back to TikTok streams, man. But I just wanted to stream. I will be multi-platform streaming. Apparently it's very doable, and I'm gonna be looking into that. I can't rely on TikTok if they're just gonna ban me for saying the R word one time. Like, can't rely on that, bro. That's sketchy. Alright, now we need to go find these MiG-21s. Hopefully they went to this base, and so I can get free kills. Anyone see a MiG-21 around here? Looking through holes in the clouds. Got nothing. Got nothing. This is where I miss having RWR, man. This is where I miss RWR. We got more base damage. This is a point-heavy game. Alright, so we're gonna dive through the hole in the clouds here. And see if we can't spot a fucking MiG-21. Actually, I should be blind hunting. Yeah, let's do that. Order blind hunt. Okay. There he is. Look at this. Look how free this is about to be. He's probably out of countermeasures too. I kind of feel bad. Alright, pull as much lead as possible. Going for you too, buddy. Is that it? Is that it? Is that literally all it took? Wow. Wow. Seal clubbing. There's a MiG-23 left. MiG-23. Am I dumb or is that the MiG-23? Like, with R-24s? Am I tripping here? See the last alive he is. I would imagine he doesn't have R-24s left. So I'm gonna skim the top of the clouds and see if I can't just dive on him. Guys, Harrier, AV-8, bro. You're seeing the potential. 3 kills, about 1 ton of bombs dropped. This is gonna be a juicy game even if I die to this MiG. How have you been recently? I've been doing good, bro. Thank you. Thanks for asking. 5 bulls. By the way, I'm only 6 days in on War Thunder. Oh, that's not bad, bro. That's pretty good. I'm glad you're. Are you liking it, man? No, that's why the TOS was shit, and I tried to delete my account 16 times. They wouldn't let me. Yeah, the TOS is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Damn. By the way, how have you been recently? You ever hit an 11G at 9 an ME-163? I've never played. I've never played Germany. No. Not really a fan of the Germany tech tree. All right, we gotta lock in and hit these shots. You ready, boys? Just slot in right behind him. He's pretty fast though. Can't stack all my speed. Got him. That's a kill. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Wow. That went so much better than I thought was even possible. 4 kills, 1 ton's base drop, 1 ton damage on bases. Let's see how fucking juicy this game was. Still bad at Tarkov. Tarkov's hard, man. Tarkov's hard. China Air after this, probably Glizzy, yeah. I'm so grateful the guy just now has blessed me. Holy moly. Holy moly. Look at that. Look at that. And people think that Harrier is not a good plane. That's crazy. I'm telling you, this is one of the best freaking premiums in the tech tree. One of the best. So grateful the Gaijin sale has blessed me. China. Yeah, we'll go to China after this. But, well, actually, hold on. Is there any other videos I need to make? Any suggestions? I'm gonna pause this recording. Anyone have any suggestions for videos I should make? Like maybe how to BVR? I know a lot of people really want those. How to BV? Should I make another how to BVR video? Ultima dip. What's Ultima dip? See ya. Oh, I'm a dip. Okay. I'm a dip is probably what you meant to say. I see ya. Second coming, bro. Have fun playing War Thunder, man. Guys, what do you think? Should I make a BVR video? Should I make a video about a specific plane that I like that like no one likes? Um, should I make a video why the Golden Eagle's good? Because people kind of hate on the Golden Eagle. Tarkov with me? Nah, bro, nah. We're a War Thunder streamer for the upcoming while. Should I make, everyone knows the SM2 is good. Everyone knows the Eurofighter's good. I already made a video about the Eurofighter. Um, Obviously I can just keep playing China. What do you think, guys? The difference between a Fox 1 and a 3, how to properly notch both. Um, okay. I feel like that's kind of hard to make a video about, is it? Hmm. Do you, you could help me with that, Frog. But I feel like it's pretty much looks exactly the same, no matter what plane you're using. Okay, here's a question, Frog. Would I do... I'm tier 1 for all traders. What armor should I buy for factory? Tier 1 for all traders? No armor. Don't bring armor. It'll just weigh you down, and nothing's gonna help you. Um, no, that's not true. You want... Bring that blue armor. I don't even know if you can buy it. This... The Zuck, maybe? Whatever, bring a level 2. Just like or no, bring a level 1. Something that'll just stop one shot from a scav. That's all you need. Just enough armor that'll stop shots from scavs. Because if you run into a player, you're dead no matter what. I'm tier 1 for all traders. Frog, do you think in Fox, like how to dodge a Fox 1, I should do that in like an F4? Because that's where people really first start running into radar missiles. Untar, yeah, yes, Untar. Yeah. That's a decent armor. You just want something that'll stop scavs. I think I should fly the F4E. Oh my god, I thought of the video, Frog. People sleep on the F4E, and I think it's so good. I should make an F4E video. Like doing well with the F4E. Why is this fucking crew so bad? Holy. Repair speed. Apply. Yes. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna try to get one decent game in the F4E then. Because, bro, people fly this thing and bomb with it. Like, that's so bad. People bomb with this plane. And it's so much better than that. Why do I have a fuel tank? Oh, because F4s suck on fuel. Okay, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna do the intro here. F4E is goated, I know, but people think Phantoms suck. So I'm gonna show you guys how to use the F4E. I have a lot of people coming in my chat telling me Phantoms suck, or they don't necessarily say Phantoms suck, but when I watch them play the Phantom, they're base bombing. It blows my mind. This plane has like the best missiles in its BR. Maybe not the best, but some of the best. And so people are base bombing in this thing, like taking away the role of attackers because this thing's faster than any freaking F111 to get to a base. Like, it's actually kind of cancer. So I'm gonna show you guys what I do to get kills in the F4E. First of all, let me show you the weapon selection. I use this preset right here. Maybe it looks better if I do it like this. Yeah, I bring one fuel tank purely because I want to fly fast in a straight line and then drop the fuel tank as soon as I need a turn. That way I can bring less fuel on board for when I'm maneuvering. And then the other loadout is going to be I will say, this plane is a lot worse until you get the dogfights. Once you get the AIM-7 dogfights, this thing becomes a monster. So I won't hate on you, honestly, if you do a little base bombing until you get the AIM-7Es. Once you get the AIM-7Es, you're a demon. And then obviously just bring the AIM-9Js because you can. It doesn't really replace anything else important, so just bring them. Alright. Alright, let's get in a battle. I genuinely hate all the F4 stock grinds. Yeah. Stock grinding every plane sucks, Carlo. There's no plane that has a good stock grind. Stock grind is bad on literally any jet. Yeah, that's exactly right. What is this loadout that I have? I don't know. I'll rock with it. My brain thought this was a good loadout at some point, so I probably wasn't wrong. Alright, so game starts. We're going to go left because that's what everyone does. You should do it too. We're going to climb though. We're going to go left, climb at 15 degrees. We're going to go left and climb. You want to have some altitude, but not a ton. We're probably only going to go to like 5K. Probably like 5K. 5K meters, kilometers, 5K meters. 5K meters is where we're going. What are the radar modes on this thing? I don't remember, honestly. Okay, like nothing. ACM. Can I change the ACM? I can't. Fine, that's fine. So we have ACM and we have SRC. We don't even have pulse Doppler, that's the thing. So the kicker about this Phantom, the F4E, is that it does not have a pulse Doppler radar. So, because of that, people say this thing's like super bad. But, there's only one thing you gotta do. There's only one thing you gotta do, is just get underneath the guy you're gonna kill. Get underneath him and look up. That's it. That's all you gotta do. And then you have these AIM-7E dogfights that pull like a freaking AMRAM off the rail. So like, it's really good if you could just position yourself right. That's why we're going to the left here. We don't want to catch any BVR shot attempts from any MiG-25s, any MiG-23s, because they will murk you. So, we're going to the left to dodge that. That was supposed to be Superfan Friday. Yeah, but TikTok banned me, bro. So, I almost didn't go live, but I figured, hey, fuck it, why not we go live? I was going to film these in the silence of my own room. So, if you're mad about missing Superfan Friday, blame TikTok, brother. Blame TikTok. I mean, bro, there's no point in Superfan Friday if I can't use it to farm new superfans. Like, you feel me? Stock grind is bad on literally any jet, not every jet. What jets have good stock grinds, Goella? I'm curious what you think. It was supposed to be Superfan Friday. Yeah, cry to TikTok about it, bro. It ain't my fault. I'm not playing with superfans for no fucking reason. Alright. So we have a great position to flank, but the enemy team right now is kind of playing smart. No one's up super high. Well, not necessarily smart, but smart against my strategy. They don't know I'm doing this. But I might be able to get lucky and catch this F4E in front of me as he crests the ridge and then put a fucking AIM-7 on him. No, he didn't go high. That's a problem. Oh, this MiG-21 just went high. We might be able to get him here. If I can get a lock. He's cold though, so yeah, it's not working. This F4E, if I can get low and he doesn't die this F4S. Here we go. There it is. Fire. And teammate got him, but you see the vision. Alright, so we have an RWR warning. We should probably notch. Here, in this BR2, guys, I'm gonna show you. You barely even have to chaff to dodge a radar missile. Just as long as you're in the notch, you're dodging that shit. I chaffed once, and I was fine. Alright. Watch this. As soon as I get my consciousness back, this guy's dead. Aim 7F. The dogfights are crazy. Oh, he shook it. Honestly, wasn't expecting that. Let's see if we can get him with the IR. He's not flaring it because he thinks it's a radar missile. Okay, never mind. Oh, yeah, he died. Okay. Alright, easy kill. We have people coming in from hot here, though, so let's... This MiG-25 is a free radar kill. I'm probably dead, though, because I'm greedy. Yeah. Don't break the lock. Someone on me? Oh, there it is. Yeah, this is scary. Hold on, he overshot like a fucking goon. Does he even have flares? Alright, let's just get him with an IR. He dodged it. Can I get a radar lock? Damn. Alright, bad game, bad game. I gotta get used to this thing again. This was the... Alright, free running respirator on first scav of the day. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Not bad, not bad. That's some decent rubles, decent rubles. Alright. You guys saw how that could have been a good game, though, if I was locked in. Oh, I wasn't even recording. Thank God that wasn't a good game. Alright, let's start recording. Alright. We'll do better this time. I should have just used the dogfight. I'm honestly surprised the dogfight missed, but I got comfortable. I'm used to fucking just top tier missiles. I could have easily just pulled lead more and got a free kill, but I didn't. I did not. Alright, so start of the match, guys. You're gonna want to go left. You're gonna try to flank. This thing is a flanking machine. The reason you kind of have to flank with this thing, though, is because you don't have a pulse Doppler radar. It's the biggest downside, but downside of no pulse Doppler is made up by the fact that you have AIM 7E dogfights. These things do not miss if you shoot them at the correct parameters. So we're gonna flank. We're gonna keep all the RWR pings at 45 degrees about, so that no MiG-25s or MiG-23s think that we look juicy. And once we start seeing, basically once you look off the tip of your wing and you see like a fur ball, that's when you want to engage. So I'll see you whenever that happens. SU-30,000? What about it? What about it, frog? Every single feeling tells me there's a meaning. And this is also the part of the game where the fuel tank really comes in handy, because you're afterburning this whole time, so you can really get far ahead on the flank without sacrificing like all your fuel. I probably honestly went too far on the flank, so I'm gonna start cutting in now. Although this is a little too far cut in, because now I have head-on RWR pings. You do not want that. The second you become head-on with people, you're gonna start catching R24s. And there's some shit really close. So now I'm gonna start diving a little, because I don't see anything up high. You always want to see for stuff, check for stuff up high that's spotted for the easy radar missile kill. Especially without pulse Doppler, you're looking for stuff that's up high. Alright, this F4E is on the ground. He's a danger to us. We need to get low with him. We're gonna drop the fuel tank here. Just kidding, I forget. Did I? Alright, my fuel tank drop bind has changed. I don't know what it is. Okay, the F4E died. I have a pulse Doppler RWR warning. All my airspeed is gone, but it doesn't matter because we need to live. Yeah. Whatever that was, it just flew over my head. Oh, that was a teammate? Alright, we're chilling. Now let's re-engage here. We're gonna be able to find something in the flank now. For sure. What is that? An F-20? The fucking Mach Cloud, bro. If he flies up high enough, he's a free kill. We're gonna take it. Oh, he actually got me and I almost beat killed. That was a bad game. That was a bad game, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie there. You just get free PvP in Tarkov now? What do you mean, Epic? Free PvP? I don't know what you mean by free PvP. As opposed to paid for PvP? Every single feeling tells me this is beating to the heart. Should I try to BBR this thing? I might try to BBR low-key. I gotta remember my fuel tank drop button though, hold on. No, controls. Tank. Drop additional fuel tank. Assign button. There we go. Add. Alright, I don't know why I didn't have that bound. Let's try some BBR. I feel like back when I used to fly this thing, I didn't really know how to BBR. So, we're gonna try it. Climbing at 20 degrees is probably a little audacious. Let's go 15. Anything but China? What do you mean, Gliz? Banner, 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 banner. Yeah. I already have a hard lock on me. There's probably a missile in the air on my ass. Let's crank it. Literally that turn is probably enough to dodge. RWRs in this fucking game are so trash. We'll chaff a couple times. Pitch up. I don't even know if anything has inertial guidance in this VR. Epicness says, happy birthday. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Every single feeling tells me this is bleeding. First shot at me. That's rude. I'm not gonna lie, that's rude. We're just gonna chaff a little bit. Chaff a little bit. Super easy to dodge missiles in this VR. Although I hate that I still have a hard lock. And it's defeated. Now we can re-engage. And we should be able to find something to kill now. I mean, look at the flank I got going here. Holy SRC just sees nothing but the ground. Not actually that good. There's gotta be something up high though. There we go. What the? There's gotta be something high. There's gotta be something. There you go. What's your velocity vector, brother?
Somebody cover me!
We're running this guy down. I'm running this guy down.
Need backup!
Oh, what the? Oh, what the? Who are you, brother? Who are you? Give me a lock. Let's see.
Need cover!
I don't think this missile's going 13 kilometers, but we'll close the gap. Alright, it's definitely going fucking 9 when he's flying straight at me and we're high altitude. Yeah, this guy's cooked. Free kill? MiG-25 dead. MiG-25 dead. And an F4E. Alright, I might dive on this. Try to kill a MiG-25 with a AIM-9J here. See if we can pull that off. What? I accidentally switched missiles. No, he knows I'm here now. Or does he? Did he flare? Oh, we got him. That's embarrassing, not gonna lie. Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Need backup!
Alright, this is a decent game. I might just use this to upload. This isn't the strat I was wanting to use, but it was a strat that works. Good to see. Actually, I've killed 2 MiG-25, so that might be a good video title. How the F4E is greater than the MiG-25. Is there no one here to help me out? I'm just getting fucking radar locked. Hold on. Let's see if we can re-engage this guy and put him down. I'm blacked out. Yeah, good try, buddy. Come on. How? Alright, let's just turn for this SU-39. Oh, he died. I do want to kill this guy. I wonder if he actually had the balls to land there. That's the downside, guys. That's the downside of the no pulse Dopplers. That would have been a free kill on the AIM-7 or on that J7 if I had pulse Doppler. But that was honestly my fault. I could have hit the deck. I could have had a look-up scenario there. I just didn't go aggressively enough for it. Is there anything on this runway? I don't see anything. I don't see anything. TBH. Oh, there is. Is he dead? Does the AIM-9J go that far? Let's shoot it. Did he J out? He actually J'd. Bro Jade. I hope you guys know how annoying that is. Like, holy crap, where's Dane's trailer park on customs? Dane, where's trailer park on customs? Oh, it's by Big Red. By the red warehouse, the spawn. There's like the storage containers and the red warehouse is on the other one. It's on one of the spawn sides. I can't believe that guy Jade. That's so depressing. Do I use this game or do I try one more? It was only 2 kills. Just died to a hacker, and that's why I quit War Thunder. That makes me not want to come back. I killed two MiG-25s, but honestly getting bored. I'll use that game. I'll just make a video that's like F4E greater than MiG-25. Alright, time for China. You want in here, Frog? Time for China. Where you at, Froggy? Send you an invite. Tarkov cheaters made you quit War Thunder? Yeah, exactly. Is that what I said? I think that is what I said. That's kind of stupid. My bad. BRB, I gotta piss, guys. No, this is not a new room. Thank you for warning me about the mute. That was almost bad. How's the stream quality on YouTube, by the way, guys? That's the one thing I miss about streaming on YouTube, is the stream quality was like god tier. Let's see if I can get an RVV BVR kill. I was thinking about changing the load up again to be two PL8 or two PL12s just for the BVR shots, and then the rest RVVs for top-down shots. Because the PL12 seems the PL12 has been very bad for top-down shots, and I think the RVV is better. You did better. It's pretty good. Is this an up tier, by the way? Yeah. Not a crazy one. I have ERs flying at me right now. Kind of annoying. I should probably dodge them. It's also F14, so really need to play it safe. Okay. Get off me. Okay, that's a real missile on me. And it's a core, so let's not play around. Fuck the Fakor. Alright, maybe it was on a... Must have tracked a teammate because it's not tracking me now. Let's watch this SC-30 die. Actually, let's kill this F-14. Would love to point. Oh, okay, someone else got him. Bro just flew in a straight line the whole fucking start of the match. I know there's someone up here that's still high. There should be people below as well. Yeah, I don't like that RWR ping from fucking. Oh shit, hold up. That's a kill as long as the Griffin doesn't get him. I don't think he did. Yeah, alright.
Yeah, he's getting closer to victory.
I'm getting lit up. This is really bad. Why am I just... Why did I run out of energy there? I barely maneuvered. It's kinda insane. How did I run out of energy there? Literally, it was just falling out of the sky from one notch. Fair enough. I'm not in a Eurofighter. Gotta remind myself this. Let's see how my crew's looking. Oh, trash. I gotta play some games. I gotta play some games for real. Bum, bum, ba, ba, bum. Ba, 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 ba. I want to listen to a podcast. Let's go. Timmy D.
From the Free Press, this is Honestly, and I'm Barry Weiss.
Oh my God.
We started this podcast 9 years ago because a white woman in Minnesota served a chicken quesadilla to a man and was immediately accused of cultural appropriation. That man's name was George Floyd. When J.K. Rowling had the audacity to suggest that penises and vaginas were different, we did a 72-part series on the fallout from her comments, including interviewing many of her slaves.
I died very fast. Good shit. Good shit, Frog. May I have a clip for you to watch? What's the clip, Epic?
After I was asked to leave the New York Times because I was too much of a rogue.
I gotta turn this down a little.
And a truth teller.
There we
I
go.
started the Free Press because I really wanted to encourage and foster open discussion and debate between people in New York, Miami, Tel Aviv.
Frog, bro.
I am a
Don't tell me I'm about to introduce you to fucking Tim Dillon, bro. You don't know who Tim Dillon is? There's no way.
huge supporter of freedom of speech. It's one of the things that I find most important. When David Ellison called me and said, "Would you like to run CBS News?" I had to think about it because I really enjoyed my blog, my 17 listeners, and this podcast. But I ultimately decided that $150 million
Okay, hold on.
was enough
I gotta
money
lock in.
to come into CBS News and turn it around. The scenes unfolding out of Minneapolis are incredibly disturbing. People are looking at their televisions and they're not recognizing this as America. So we thought it most important right now to speak to Greg Bavino, who is the commander-at-large of ICE, who's now been demoted, and he's now the maitre d' of an Italian restaurant in Paramus, New Jersey. Without further ado, Greg Bavino. Greg, how does it feel to have gone through such a whirlwind in the last 2 weeks?
Madonna mia, the pizza I make it, they fly out of the window.
Now you're working at a restaurant, an Italian restaurant?
Si, Sicilia restaurant, they call it Anthony and Son.
Some people say that ICE actions in Minnesota equate to fascism. What would you say to them?
Fashion. I wear the bow tie every
Fashion.
day. I work, I do the bow tie. I got the apron, I got the bow tie, the jacket, nice, with the filler over here. Hey, baby, you want a little bit?
Do you have anything to say to the families of the victims in Minnesota?
Everybody love it when I cook. Ah, che bella amore. I take my cucchiaio. La 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 la. Caffè espresso. Brew a little espresso. I give everybody a little espresso. I got a nice big cornicello. Che bello con the cello for everybody that wishing me bad. I give it ta ta ta.
That's beautiful. Well, Greg Bavino, thank you so much for coming on and joining us here on Honestly. And I'm Barry Weiss. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. What a week. Lot to discuss here. Lot to break down. Lot to react to. Reaction is what the internet wants. They want a reaction video. React to it. React. There's a lot going on, you know? There's a ton happening. A ton over there in Minnesota. Some of it quite violent. Some of it actually regrettable, which is not a strong enough word. There's no words that are strong enough, you know, when someone gets shot, who I don't think should have been shot. And you say it's regrettable, people are going to get angry with you. And you said it was regrettable. Well, it's terrible. It's horrible. You know, we got to take a
Locking
chill
in. This is actually good.
That's what my aunt used
Bro,
to say.
you
She
gotta
goes,
start
"Why
listening
don't
to
you
Tim
take a
Dillon,
chill
bro."
pill?" You know, when the kids are going,
Damn.
you know, the kids are kind of climbing the walls. And your mother, your aunt, or, you know, a woman from the neighborhood.
dead,
I don't
bro?
want to gender it, but that's
Oh,
not
I was the
something
last laugh.
dads say.
Okay.
It was a mom expression. Hey, take a chill pill. If your father said that, he was gay. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I know a lot of gay people who are actually great parents. I'm not one of them. But if your father said take a chill pill, he was gay. It's something that the woman said. You know? Like, take a chill pill. And that's what we have to
PMC.
do across the board.
Good luck, brother.
You know, you've all been over somebody's home when their kids were losing it. And they had to turn around to their children and go, "Why don't you take a few minutes and get yourself together?" And that's what we have to do. We want to zoom out for a minute and look at how we got here. I think it's important. I think a lot of people are very emotional, and understandably so, justifiably so. And this isn't
What is
breaking
this
down
clip
politically
epic?
necessarily the way people think it would. There's a lot of right-wing people that are concerned about the government cracking down on protest
Guys, is my mic like
and
making
putting the
hella
boot
noise right now?
on the neck of citizens. There's a lot of right-wing people that believe that.
Am I echoing?
So it's not necessarily something, you know, broadly speaking, are Republicans more supportive of ICE than Democrats? Absolutely. However, when you go deeper and you look at these shootings, a lot of Republicans, conservatives, it's some of the most prominent ones, are dismayed over how these events played out, how they were handled, and, you know, being skeptical of government in any of its manifestations, which is something a lot of right-wing people share, it's understandable why they would look at these events where people got shot needlessly. There were many ways to subdue a Renee Good or an Alex Preddy, whatever, without using lethal force. A lot of right-wing people are going, wait a minute. So how we got here, we got to back up. And I think it's important to do. Because most of what we talk about now is completely ripped from context. Meaning there is no backstory. Nobody understands why things are happening. You're shown a fragment of an event on your phone, and then you have a reaction to it. Immigration is the biggest issue in the world. It's not a uniquely American issue. It is not even a uniquely, Western issue, although it has driven political instability in Western countries. Things like Brexit in the UK, but you could also look at France and Italy, Europe, the UK, the Netherlands.
Oh, an
All
ER.
of
I
these
fucking hate
areas
ER
have
so much.
experienced
Do I even get a kill?
some
All these missiles
form
suck for top down, bro.
of
How are none of these getting kills?
migration that has intensified
Where did these
over
missiles
the
go?
last decade, but really over the last five to 7 years.
Fucking multipathing is overpowered in this BR.
The
I'm realizing.
difficulty with absorbing those waves of immigrants and assimilating them
Are you
into
crew
a
lock or
culture that's
something, bro?
existed for hundreds, thousands, whatever, of years, and the difficulty assimilating them into an economic system that is
Can you ready up,
rapidly
Froggy?
changing and in a lot of countries
Froggy
deteriorating.
boy. Ready up, please.
That difficulty has proven to be the catalyst for a lot of political movements and candidates in those countries that are trying to deal with that issue in a myriad of ways. Some people are proposing deportations. Some people are proposing a freeze of government benefits. Some people are
Ready up,
proposing
Froggy.
changes to
Ready up, bro.
existing
I'm gonna have to dip.
law
Alright, bet. Nice. I'd rather play
that
solo tonight
allows
anyway. GG's,
refugees
brother. Watch
in
the
large
video.
numbers to come
Bro,
into the
you have
country
yet to tell me
claim
where this
political
video
asylum.
is. Where does this video
It's
ever...
not a uniquely American issue. And it's not an issue that has any easy solution. There's none. This has never happened before in history where this amount of people migrated to another part of the world this quickly. Usually this was done through war. This was done over a long period of time. So it's been difficult for a lot of these societies, small, relatively homogenous societies, not only racially, but culturally. Societies have cultures. If you go to Spain, you're going to notice it's a lot different than Louisiana. If you go to Louisiana, you're going to notice it's a lot different than New York, and New York is going to be different from Kansas. We're just talking about states within one country. Different countries have vastly different cultures. So if somebody comes into a country
General chat?
that has a culture that's existed for who knows, but a very long time,
I don't know if I
and
trust
that
you, bro.
culture has established norms,
How do I
and
know
then
I
people
can
come
watch
in
this
from a
video
radically different
without getting
culture
banned on YouTube?
that's also existed for a very long time, that has its own set of values. That's hard. I don't know anyone who thinks that's easy. I know dumb people that don't care. And it's your absolute right to be dumb and to not care, or to be so rich you're unaffected, or that your political ideology is some version of be nice. That everyone should kind of be nice. And things tend to work out if everybody is just nice. That's a faction of our society that just believes that the words be nice will heal the divides. And that's okay, you're entitled to have that. I know a lot of people with that. They're wealthy, their privileged globalization has been a boon to them. They're okay, they're doing good. And thinking about any of these issues doesn't interest them. They just don't want to do it, they don't care. They're unaffected, their family is unaffected. And so none of these things tend to interest them. They tend to ignore all these issues because they're hard to talk about. They're sticky issues. they're not dinner party issues. Really, they're not. They're things people talk about in private, they talk about in their home with close friends. These are not issues that you tend to talk about like on a job interview, per se. You know? You don't open
Fucking
with, "There's
ER,
a lot of
bro."
immigrants." It's not your opener on a job interview.
I fucking hate ERs,
It's
bro.
interesting. A lot of immigrants here now. Interesting. Some of them are cool. It's
Let's
just
see.
interesting. Like, that's not an opener. The job, you can't do it. Nor should you. I'm not advising that. But these are real issues, you can
There's
tell.
someone there.
These things, you might go, well,
Brother.
they shouldn't be issues. Well, good for you
Brother.
that you feel that way. It doesn't matter. They're hugely
What is this guy doing?
impactful issues.
Oh my god.
Trump was elected twice
What am I watching?
on this issue.
He hasn't hit you yet.
A lot of the European leaders right now,
What is
look at
going
Nigel
on
Farage in the
here?
UK.
Brother.
Any of the,
Hey, decent gear though.
you know, candidates where the wind
That
is
guy
at
was
their
kinda
back,
kidded.
meaning that they're going up in the polls, most of them have hard-line positions on immigration. They want less immigration.
All right.
Most
Depends on your definition
people
of bad, bro. That was
in
bad.
countries, when
But
they
this
are
is a
polled,
different meaning of
including
bad.
America, want less immigration.
That was too funny.
That's bipartisan. Now, yes, the Republicans want, you know, whatever. You know, you could politically assign, but on the whole, most
Alright, I need a good
people
game.
want less immigration across the board when they are polled.
RVVs are kind of ass.
There are very few people that want more immigration.
Not doing too well.
They do exist.
Maybe the
They do
PL12s are the
exist.
play.
Many of them are billionaires. Many of them are
I lost it all
incredibly
30 seconds
wealthy
later to
people.
an expo camper.
Many of them are radical libertarians. Many
yeah.
of them don't believe in a state.
You gotta expect
Some of them
somebody
are far
camping
to the
the
left, where they
fucking
also don't believe in a state.
extract on
And they're
factory, bro.
anarcho-communists, whatever. But the vast majority of people, when they are polled, want less immigration. Now, I don't think that the people that want less immigration want what's happening now. I don't think that people who look at what's happening now, the ICE raids, how random they are, that they're taking people who've lived in the country 20, 30 years, they've raised their children here, their children are citizens, some of their children served in the United States military, they're, you know, productive members of society, they are not criminals, and they are being torn away from their families at a high school graduation. They're being, you know, abducted by guys in masks who are roaming American cities, grabbing people out of their houses and deporting them, some of them to an El Salvadoran prison. Nobody, very few people, I'm not going to say nobody, because there will be people that want that, and they are pretty vocal about that. They do want that, specifically that.
There's an
But I don't think the
RVV, go
vast
20
majority of
kilometers.
people, even that want less immigration, because we obviously the people that want more immigration or whatever, of course they wouldn't want that. But let's just talk about the people.
It's trying.
And again, it's a majority that every poll that want less immigration.
It goes 20.
I don't think want this
What is this F-15 doing?
because it's
Alright, RVVs go 20.
fundamentally
Good to know.
cruel and inhumane, and it doesn't take into account any specific considerations for
That'll go 9
people that have
kilometers
been here
cold
a
for
long
sure.
time, people whose children have, you know, are citizens and have been here a long time. So when you do these random raids, they provoke a response that is you know, justifiably, you're going to provoke a lot of anger because this is barbarism. when you go on the Department of Homeland Security social media accounts and you joke about doing these things, and you make memes about doing these things, and it's completely unserious, and you're not treating this with any gravity, and you are exhibiting
Who shot a 120B at me? That missed the kills though. Who shot a 120B at me?
This also
Fucking frick! I got 2 kills at least.
disgusting to people.
I could have got way more
Who
there if I
again,
wasn't
many of them
trash.
would say that with AI coming, with automation coming, with a large number of undocumented people here already, that it's difficult to imagine how bringing in more people is going to help. In that group of people, they still look at this stuff and go, this is terrible. Folks, I cannot stop talking about Stash. I go out and I talk about it. People go, will you stop talking about Stash? I say, you don't need to overhaul your life to start investing. Just automate it with Stash. Your New Year money goals can quietly run in the background while you focus on everything else. Stash isn't just another investing app. It's registered investment advisor that combines automated investing with expert personalized
Okay, I
guidance, so you
can't
don't have
see
to worry about
shit.
gambling or figuring out doing it on your own. Stash is simple, smart, and stress-free. Choose from personalized investments. Let Stash's award-winning smart portfolio do the work for you, or pick a combo or both. Just $3 per month gets you
Completely
access
stock
to world-class
RFB with nothing
financial
but a
advice
mask
and
on Woods
personalized
just for
guidance.
toothpaste.
You can start investing in your future today. Don't let your
Dude,
money sit
Woods is
around.
my
Put it to
favorite
work with
map.
Stash. Go to get.stash.com/Tim to see how you can receive $25 towards your first stock purchase and to view important disclosures. That's get.stash.com/Tim. Get.stash.com/Tim. Paid non-client endorsement, not representative of all clients, and not a guarantee investment. Advisory services offered by Stash Investments LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Investing involves a risk. Offer subject to terms and conditions. If the Trump administration came to power and said, listen, we're either going to do a compromise, which I saw Rand Paul talk about on Rogan, it was a quick clip, where you're not getting voting rights because you came in illegally and you're not a citizen. And if we give you voting rights, you'll just see Texas and many other states flip blue and be Democratic states forever. And you'll live in a one-party system. In the same way that there are certain Republicans who would love to use these ICE raids, by the way, we'll talk about this in a minute, to cancel elections or depress the turnout, and they want to live in a one-party system. But if we give
we love
everybody
labs.
voting rights overnight,
I wasn't
you're
really
going
much of a
to
labs player back when I played
politically
Tarkov.
change the country in
But
ways that, again,
if I
nobody
ever went
voted
back,
for.
I'd probably
The
play it.
problem with this is
So
that
I don't know if
nobody
you've heard
voted
of
for it.
Arena Breakout
Nobody
Infinite,
voted
but I was a TV
to
station
bring
player
in
on ABI.
however many people we have here, we don't even know. That's the other problem. People are like, it's 10 million, it's 80 million, it's 50 million. I don't know what it is. I don't think anyone does. I don't think it's 80 million, and I don't think it's 10 million. I think it's like probably, I don't know, 25, 30 million, but whatever it is, nobody voted for it. So if you bring in 30 million people and then just give them voting rights overnight and say, now you guys can vote, and that fundamentally changes the political structure of the entire country by flipping some of the biggest states, then no one voted for that. You've brought in people to do that. That's not democratic. Nobody voted for this. Nobody in Texas voted. So Rand Paul's compromise was, well, people can just exist. They can work. We're not going to deport them. And they can kind of live in the shadows. And some of them may apply for citizenship and whatever. I think if you look at the amount of people that Biden and Kamala brought over, I think it was, there's, again, it's hard to get numbers, but there's probably about 10 million people that came over. Yeah, let's watch Rand Paul here, because I don't want to make a mess of what he's suggesting and saying, because we're going to go through every angle of this here. By the way, we're going to try to do it somewhat dispassionately, because I have an interest in less people getting shot in the head. Rand Paul.
I'm going to shock you. I'm a moderate on this. I actually think that most of the people that are here and working lawfully and can pass a background check, I would give them no welfare. and I'd give them no citizenship, no voting privileges, but you can work and we won't arrest you.
Okay. No citizenship, but a potential path to citizenship?
I think it's better just to say the trade-off is this, that you came illegally. Right now the law says you got to go back. and
What
you'll never
podcast
get
is
in,
this?
basically.
It's the
So
Tim
the
Dillon
compromise is,
podcast, Kalila.
You came in illegally, you just don't get to be a
Tim
citizen,
Dillon,
you get to
he's a
be
comedian.
Now the new ones,
Probably
8 million that
my
might come in
goat
last
when
year,
it
some
comes
of
to
them need to be
comedians who do
committing
podcasts.
crimes. The compromise I'm offering is different than anybody's ever talked about. Everybody thinks the compromise has to include voting and citizenship. If in Texas we gave amnesty and let, I don't know, a couple million people vote, immediately Texas becomes Democrat for the next 20 years. So that's what it's all about. It's
Right.
about voting.
All right, so listen,
Leading for landing.
that's an
Well
idea.
done.
What I find,
One
Biden
kill,
brought in 10 million
and I
people.
was fucking above everyone. Trying to use
such
TWS, but this TWS sucks. I feel
And
like
there
it's
are
HMD
disagreements
only.
about whether those people are fleeing
Almost.
persecution. Some of them are. Some of them are coming for economic reasons. I bet a good amount of them. Most people that live in the regions we're talking about
Here, I'll show you.
can
Kalila.
claim with
on.
legitimacy to be fleeing something because
What are we
those areas are
researching?
deeply unstable. And we're not blameless in that either, by the way.
1, 2.
It's not our fault that all of those regions, but that's also not lost on me. That we've conducted a lot of wars in the Middle East, we've destabilized areas of Latin America.
Tim Dillon podcast.
And then the argument
Tim Dillon
is,
show. It's technically
is
what it's
the
called.
debt that you owe those people to fling your borders open and destroy your own country. And then none of us voted for that either. A lot of us didn't vote for it. Some of us did. And when I say destroy the country, it's not simply because, we're bringing in people that don't look white or anything like that. There's a certain amount of wealth inequality that we're there, by the way,
Yeah.
where the working class of this country has less and less power. The biggest proponents of immigration when I was younger were pro-capitalist, Koch brothers, libertarians that realized that you could break the back of the working class by bringing in people that would do jobs for a lot less. And unions would have less power, and workers in general would have less power. And the critics of immigration when I grew up were the left. Not usually from the right. They were from the Buchananite right or the paleo-conservatives that worried about borders and language and culture. But the
Okay.
economic critique was from the left. It was not from, the Chamber of Commerce or any of those people. They thought you could grow the economy by bringing in more consumers. These immigrants obviously come in and consume things. And also they would take a lot of the jobs you just want to pay Americans to do. And then we could build houses and buildings with a lot less. In the same way that on the high end in the tech world, the reason that Elon Musk and all these guys want H-1B visas is so they can bring in Indian and Chinese indentured servants who will work, who will sleep in bunk beds and work at their companies. They don't care that Americans aren't going to get those jobs. And that we're not even focused on training Americans to get those jobs. In the same way that when my aunt told me, well, if we slow down immigration, who's going to be your doctor? And I asked her to explain that, and she goes, well, my doctor's from Pakistan. And he's lovely, and I love him. And by the way, great, but is it odd to anyone that Pakistan, kind of a Islamic, theocratic, somewhat dysfunctional country, from what I remember, is producing doctors for the United States of America?
True.
Pakistan is educating doctors that are helping my boomer aunt, and no one thinks that's a problem. And I asked her, I said, well, is that not a problem that we are not creating the conditions where doctors in America are going to med school here and they're from America? And I'm not saying that people from Pakistan have done anything wrong by wanting to be doctors, but how do you run a society where people from other countries come here, either get educated here or they're educated there, but they come here and they have six-figure-a-year jobs while native-born citizens languish in a failed education system where we just send them to prison because they've become addicted to drugs because they're hopeless. And then we've got, 10 cities in America that are doing well and houses over $10 million sell, but the housing market for first-time home buyers is completely frozen. How does that society work? What exactly, other than tech feudalism, you can see it there, the housing market is slumping, but sales over 10 million are skyrocketing. That's not an accident. So how do you run a society like I'm literally asking, and I'm curious. How do you run a society where the people that are born, by the way, white, black, brown, Asian, whatever, that are born in America are languishing, and the job market is very weak, and wealth is consolidating on the high end with the asset owning class, people that own real estate, stocks, bonds, companies. Billionaire wealth jumps 3 times faster in 2025, the highest peak ever, sparking dangerous political inequality. A lot of that's AI and things like that. It's about 3,000 billionaires for the first time, and none of those billionaires, by the way, have any allegiance to a nation state. Most of them don't. Most of them don't care. So I guess in the mind of the far left, we could kill all those people and redistribute that wealth and find a charismatic dictator, whatever. I mean, that's like a childish college fantasy. But most rational, logical people go, the people coming here from El Salvador didn't do anything wrong. They want to work, they want their families to have better lives, and it's inhumane if they've lived here a very long time, they have roots in a community, to rip them out of it and separate them from their children. But if they've been here 2 or 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is, if they came in the latest wave and they don't have those roots, there needs to be a way to in an orderly fashion, if people are here and they came in illegally, you have to figure out a way to deal with that. And you can do it the way Rand Paul wants to do it. You can encourage them to self-deport by denying benefits. You can pass legislation, whatever. But the performative ICE raids right now that are all over the media and all over the news, and people are disgusted by them, aren't doing the cause of border security any good. So you have to look at these options and figure out what exactly you can do without tearing the country apart. There's a mandate to close the border. Trump was elected with a pretty sizable mandate, specifically on that issue. People do not want more immigration into the United States of America. Again, it's just they don't want it. They also don't want this. So you've got to figure out a way to do this. What you could do, which Trump does not want to do, is enforce something called E-Verify, which means that it's the employers that will pay fines and possibly be jailed if they hire illegal labor. The reason Trump doesn't want to do that is because his friends in the construction industry and the hotel industry and the agriculture industry don't want him to do that, because they are the ones that are benefiting from the use of illegal labor. Now, and you might be, and they have a point when they go, listen, by the way, we can't just fire everyone who's not legal. We'd be looking at like massive delays. The economy would have a problem. So there is a humane way to do it. There's also an economic way to do it where you don't cause a 3-year slowdown in the construction of houses, because there are ways to do it. this administration is not interested in those ways. They're interested in running the country like a reality show. They're interested, they've passed no legislation. They are not communicative on this issue at all, other than these like childish memes. And they're losing support across the board. But on this issue, they're losing support. Specifically, it's like unserious and cruel. So you have a lot of anger and a lot of protests, and they're turning violent because there's a lot of protests in America that are, you know, we're a crazy group of people, and it turns violent. And yes, some of it's funded, some of it's agitators, whatever. But it's a crazy country. On the left and the right, it's crazy. Everyone is crazy. So it's not really surprising that these things get violent quick, because people are ready to go at the drop of a hat. Not everybody, but there's groups of people that are they're ready. They're ready to just start killing people or putting themselves in the line of fire to get killed.
How I dodged that, I don't know.
So you want to take the temperature down. You want to take a chill pill. You have to. Otherwise, things spiral out of control very quickly. Ethos to me is so important. You need life insurance, folks. You need it. It's so important. When you bring a child into the world, your perspective changes overnight. Suddenly you're thinking years ahead of childcare, school, the milestones you can't wait to see. And I have so many friends now that have children and they don't have life insurance, and I've all put them onto Ethos. And they're so happy. They're so happy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. There's no medical exam. You can answer a few simple health questions. You can get up to $3 million in coverage. Some policies are as low as $30 a month. As of March 2025, Business Insider named Ethos the #1 no medical exam instant life insurance provider. Ethos has 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 3,000 reviews. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos now.
Time to RTV.
In as little as 10 minutes, you can get your free quote and up to $3 million in coverage at ethos.com/Tim. That's ethos.com/TIM.
Okay.
ethos.com/TIM. Application times and rates may vary. Now that the
Now,
holidays
far
are over,
that
you might feel like you've got a big spending hangover. The drinks, the holiday food, the
Think
gifts,
I
it all
can.
adds up.
See
Luckily,
if it
Mint
gets
Mobile
closer.
is here to help you cut back on overspending on wireless this January with 50% off unlimited
Yeah, it's not
premium
getting
wireless.
closer. We're
Mint
good.
Mobile's end of the year sale is still going on, but only until the end of the month. Cut out big wireless's bloated plans and unnecessary monthly charges with 50% off. 3, 6, or 12 months of unlimited. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. I love this product. This January, quit overspending on wireless with 50% off unlimited premium wireless. Plans start at $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Tim. That's mintmobile.com/Tim. Limited time offer. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12 months. Plan required $15 a month, equivalent taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com. Seymour Hersh just wrote an article alleging, I guess Seymour Hersh is a Pulitzer Prize winning reporter, but he's alleging, and again, he's been wrong before on certain things, but there's a lot of issues where, you know, a lot of his reporting is held up. He's alleging that this whole thing has been orchestrated to potentially either cancel or depress turnout in the midterm elections. And that a lot of people in Trump's inner circle, people like Stephen Miller, want this violence to be used as a justification to either shut down elections or depress turnout in the elections. Let's read a little bit of this. Keep going. So here, anxiety in the White House that both the House and the Senate might fold to the Democrats is acute. Trump's poll numbers are sliding amid the ongoing protests against ICE in Minnesota. and in reaction to the harsh tactics it is using to find and seize undocumented immigrants. He hasn't delivered on promises to end the war in Ukraine. He hasn't delivered on the economy. I've been told by someone with knowledge of White House planning that Miller was a major advocate for the ICE operations in Minnesota that have led to the killing of 2 protesters by federal officers, the ongoing disruption of a major metropolitan area, and international condemnation of the administration. But it was Trump who authorized the raids, and he has yet to put an end to them. Miller was also the author of an earlier proposal to use local National Guard troops to disrupt the midterm elections in critical states if polling predicted that the Republican Party would lose the House. That suggestion, given the current negative polling in the fiasco in Minneapolis, is now dead in the water. Another plan that has been discussed in the White House is to disrupt a future presidential election when Vice President J.D. Vance might be the candidate in the case of a loss at the polls. It was conceived by John Eastman, the disbarred lawyer. He is currently appealing his disbarment in California, who also thought up the failed plan after Trump's election loss in 2020. So if this is true, if Seymour Hersh is accurate about this, then we're going to see a civil war, and it won't look like a civil war, but you're going to see something that resembles the closest thing that we've seen to a civil war if this is to happen. If this is true, and I have no problem believing this, by the way, a lot of people spent a lot of money to put this administration in office, and it is very possible those people don't want to have an election that reverses this. So the idea that Stephen Miller was thinking about using an event like this to depress turnout or to just cancel the elections. I was told that Eastman's new scheme, recently the subject of informal discussions at the White House, calls for sympathetic election officials in states where the Democratic candidates win simply to delay or refuse to submit the electoral votes at the time mandated by the Constitution. Eastman's notion is to find a way to avoid the electoral votes from states with a large Democratic plurality so that the number of electoral votes needed to claim the presidency is low enough to turn a losing Republican candidate into a president. So we're at a point where it does seem that some of these things that people, including myself, didn't think were possible do seem to be being discussed, if Seymour Hersh is correct. And if that's the case, we're going to have a huge issue. We already know that this isn't politically breaking down the way people think it is, meaning that a lot of Republicans look at these people executing citizens in the streets and are unhappy with it. And they also know this is the same president, by the way, who just sent Pam Bondi down to meet with Miriam Adelson to discuss how to start putting people in jail that Miriam doesn't like, their statements. This is the same president that won't release the Jeffrey Epstein files in their totality. They gaslit everyone and lied and said they didn't exist. This is the same administration that, has at every turn not reined in Netanyahu. And it's the same administration that is supporting a lot of these very vague laws they're putting on the books. I think in Florida, to make criticism of Israel a punishable offense. The way that criticizing immigration in the UK has become a punishable offense. Somebody can show up to your door in the UK, knock on your door, and detain you for criticizing immigration if you do it in a way that's not, articulate. If they feel that you've said something indelicate, they can show up to your house, knock on your door, they can charge you with a crime, they can put you in jail. This is the same administration that is, behind a lot of these laws or you know, co-signing a lot of these laws that will allow criticism of a foreign government to be labeled hate speech and will make it a punishable offense. It's the same administration that's allowed a takeover of, you know, TikTok from the Ellison family. They support Paramount buying CBS News. They support all of these things. And this is the full politicization, not only of media, which has always been true to an extent, but also now social media, where you have a space where the word Epstein is being censored. Is that true? Didn't you tell me that on TikTok? That videos about Epstein are being censored? So all of this violence in Minnesota and the discussions about, you know, again, can't verify this, but it is Seymour Hersh, a legit reporter. All of the discussions about disrupting elections or canceling elections, they're all against, they would be wrong no matter what, obviously, but they're all against the backdrop of an administration that is doing all of these things. That has billionaires buying TikTok to censor the mention of Epstein. You have the Attorney General going down to meet with the billionaire Miriam Adelson, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, and going, by the way, what are your concerns? And the people that elected this guy and that put him into office are at a grocery store figuring out how they're going to get groceries. Just days after mainly American investors approved by Donald Trump took control over TikTok, some users are now saying the app is censoring and limiting their content, including posts about Jeffrey Epstein and the shooting deaths of U.S. citizens by federal agents in Minneapolis. So it's time to admit, for all the people out there that are the diehard MAGA people, I don't want to, you know, the boomer types that really, truly get a kick out of the guy. He's funny. They get a kick out of him. Yeah, we talked about it last week. They love him. They can't really be bothered with their own family, but they love this guy. This is pretty obvious. This is pretty blatant. This is all the things that I would listen to Alex Jones talk about when I was younger, you know, are happening. And I've said it before. And that's not to say, by the way, that that I'm like somehow a fan of, like, you know, post-war liberal CIA interventionist neoconservative war hawk, flood the inner cities with cocaine, fund the Contras. Like, we get it, okay? But let's just talk specifically for a minute about what you see happening in front of your face. Against the backdrop of all of this, we have ICE in the street, we have the National Guard, we have people talking about the Insurrection Act, and you can't talk about it on TikTok. You can't talk about Jeffrey Epstein on TikTok. And they're passing laws in Florida telling you if you criticize... Now, by the way, can you get up the video of the woman who said something about the mayor of Miami and they just, like, knocked on her door? So, I mean, again, that's coming here.
How's that hit me and how's he dodged my shot?
These people were the free speech people. They campaigned as the free speech people.
So confused.
And they were...
I need to see that replay or something.
Criticizing the left.
I don't understand that at all.
Which in the 2020s had lost their
How
mind.
did he dodge my missile?
And were censoring people that said, you know, maybe this virus came from China, and they were kicking them off social media.
How did he dodge my missile?
But I mean, here's a video. Again, it's the United States of America. Miami Beach police questions woman over social media post regarding the Jewish mayor, whom she says calls for the death of all Palestinians. From what I read about this woman's tweet, it was a somewhat innocuous political opinion that you may or may not disagree with. But again, take a look here. It's the United States of America.
Just a little confused
in Florida,
by that.
Republican Florida. Republican Florida. Let's take a look at this. There you go.
Picture to make sure it's you. We're not sure. Is that your account?
I refuse to answer questions without my lawyer present, so I really don't know how to answer that
Okay,
question.
well, like I said, you're not
This
going
is
to
freedom
jail.
of speech, this is America, right?
And
A veteran.
And I agree with you 100%. We're
Alright.
just trying to see if it's you, because if we're not talking to the right person, we want to go see who the right person
Okay,
is.
how can I help you?
So pretty much it's just a statement that was made as far as,
Verbatim, it says the guy who consistently calls for the death of all Palestinians tried to shut down a theater for showing a movie that hurt his feelings and refuses to stand up to the LGBTQ community in any way. Even leaves the room when they vote and unrelated matters. Wants you to know that you are all welcome. Clown face, country.
By the way, stop that. She didn't say let's kill the guy. She didn't call for violence. She made a political. The guy canceled the movie. It's a pro-Palestinian movie he didn't like, and she goes, "This guy calls for the death of all Palestinians. He doesn't stand up for the LGBT community. Whatever. I don't like the guy. Clown face, clown face." These people are at her house. Didn't J.D. Vance go to Europe and start talking about free speech and how embarrassing it is that Europeans didn't have free speech? Didn't he do that? This is Florida. It's Republican-controlled Florida, by the way. They're censoring your posts on TikTok. Anyone who's not criticizing this, anyone who's not calling this out, I cannot trust them. I don't know why they're not calling it out. I don't know if there's a financial benefit to them not calling it out, or if they feel that one side's already won and they want to be on that side. I don't know if they're fearful of something or other, but if you're not calling this out, if you don't think this is wrong, if you make a living speaking, if you're a comedian, podcaster, journalist, whatever you are, doesn't really matter. If you are a YouTuber, if you're a social media personality, if you make a living using your fat mouth, and you don't think this is a problem, you don't think getting a group of billionaires who are ideologically aligned
keep dying to F-16 AMRAMs like a freaking trash can.
It was a problem when
Doing
it was being
stupid
done
shit. I need to stop.
during COVID,
Climbing up to
and it's a
12K
problem
like
when
I'm
it's
gonna
being
fucking
done
get
now.
a kill.
And if you don't
What am I
care about
doing,
that,
bro?
and if
Oh
you
my
think that's not
God.
going to affect you for whatever reason,
I'm playing like
I
trash.
can't trust you and I can't listen to what you say. You don't have any credibility to me.
Alright, it's not working.
So that
Let's try
it doesn't mean that, you know, there aren't considerations politically of like, you know, who's going to censor us? How about nobody? How about no one? How about you can't call for the death of people? You can't call for
That wasn't even, dude,
violence
man.
against people.
There's a
You
fucking. I
can't
could
dox
see the guy.
people.
He's in visual
You can
range
have
of
a
my
political opinion
DWS just wouldn't fucking track him too.
without people
Like I
showing
tunnel
up at
visioned
your
on that guy
door
because I
with
was
a
like,
badge.
if I can get a shot on this guy, he's a
Florida,
free kill.
Republican Florida.
And then my TWS was
Florida,
like, nope,
Trump
you're not gonna
country.
ever see him.
So this is coming
I
here.
thought eventually he'd pop
And these
up on my
ICE
fucking
raids and
radar,
these
and by the time,
executions are against the backdrop
and I
of
still
all
never
this.
even got him.
And the discussion
I got a
about the midterm
missile
elections,
launch on me,
whatever
still trying to get a
credibility
shot
it has
off,
with Stephen Miller
and it
and
never
Eastman and
came
whoever,
out. I
it's
never got a shot
against
off
the
on the guy I wanted to
backdrop
go
of
for.
this. An
And then
administration
fucking
that
die.
campaigned on
Then I
being
just fucking
pro-free
die.
speech,
Because I never got a
but
never
very
got a track
quickly
on that guy.
realized
Like,
that
how bad is
they
this
were only
radar?
pro the free speech that they
Oh
liked.
shit.
So many people right now are having so much success with Nutrafol. Every January, it feels like we're told to reinvent ourselves. New year,
Every
new you,
game's
right? But we know the real progress
fucking
doesn't happen
full
overnight.
up tier,
It
bro.
comes from steady, consistent work. That's exactly what Nutrafol believes.
14.0s, bro.
Hair growth isn't about shortcuts or quick fixes. It's
If
about
I die to
supporting
an
yourself and your hair.
F-16 again,
The
I'm
right
just
routine so you can stay
never
strong,
playing War
confident
Thunder
moving
again.
forward. Nutrafol's #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. Plus, it is also the #1 selling hair growth supplement brand. Nutrafol targets the key root causes of thinning in men, like stress and hormonal changes, because it's not about genetics. Nutrafol men's supplements are peer-reviewed, 100% drug-free, and NSF content certified and clinically proven to improve your hair growth, all without impacting sexual performance. Skip the shortcuts and see thicker and stronger hair in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to it. Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code TIM. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code TIM. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code TIM. And so, when you look at this, and you zoom out, which I think we've done a decent job of doing, you say to yourself, we have a very big problem. We have a very, very big problem. And listen, I'm not solving it. And it's not my job to solve it. But I'm just telling you right now that if you're not disturbed by this and your spidey senses aren't going off a little bit or a lot, you know, we have a lot of people in this country that have taken flights of fantasy into, I mean, the way that adults now react to television shows, whether it's Stranger Things or Heated Rivalry, whatever these shows are that are super popular, The Summer I Turned Pretty, whatever. The way that adults are dealing with television shows, attacking the actors in the show for not living up to, is the girl on I Love LA too brown? Did she go on a tanning bed?
Where did this J10 come from? And I get 0 kills again.
Sephardic? Wait, and these are real things that
J10 is
people are
just
saying.
head on with me out of nowhere, bro.
Are
I get on in like 12 minutes. I'm getting
engaging
off
with
soon.
entertainment
Epic.
shows that adults
I'm just listening to
are
podcasts and playing, bro.
are
I haven't had a kill in like 5
and
games or
regressing.
something. I
And
guess
they're
I just
unable
can't
to
go
tell
right in
the
this
difference
plane.
between real
Everyone just
and
notches my shit
fake.
instantly.
They're unable to discern what an actor is, who's playing a role
And then I had
that
a
was written by a
J10
writer.
that somehow got head on with
They're not
me.
able to do this anymore. They've lost the
even know.
ability to do it.
I
They
don't
get
even
in
know,
these
bro.
little fan cults and lose their
Can't do
fucking
it.
mind.
Can't do
They
it.
can't just enjoy a show. They have to know
I
everything about
guided
the
that
actors
fucking
on the
missile
show,
in
what their
everything
political
perfectly,
opinions
and
are,
he still
who
just
they're
dodges it.
fucking.
I don't even know
They want
how
to know
it
their
didn't kill.
sexuality.
Makes
They
sense.
want to know what exactly they believe about every scene. They want to know how much they're hanging out with the other actors on the show. Are they hanging out? Is it fake? Is it real? They want to know all of these things. They have a weird, toxic relationship with entertainment because it's filling a void for them that is supposed to be filled by things like family, community, and engaging civically with things that actually matter. But in the absence of that, or in the denial of that, people are like concerning themselves with like how much the two guys on Heated Rivalry actually hang out. Why aren't they together more? Do they not like each other? To the point where these people have to come out and go, hey man, yeah, I like the guy. He's my friend, but like we are separate humans. We have lives. But it's not enough. If a character on a show does something that people disagree with, they then attack the actor on the show, and they go on the actor's social media and attack the actor because they're unable to tell the difference. Or, here's something even more disturbing, they don't care. They don't care that there's a difference because they need to channel their anger and their passion into something, and they don't own a house. So they need to channel it into the fucking Summer I Turned Pretty and debate the religious affiliation of the actors. Is Jewish actress Odessa Azion a Zionist? Ugh. Marty Supreme star. This is so incredibly gross. Number one, it's just straight up anti-Semitic to tell the woman, oh, you're Jewish? You better speak up now. Fuck off. That's bullshit. She shouldn't have to say anything about anything she doesn't want to say anything about, by the way. If you need your political opinions from actors, you're a fucking retard, by the way. You should get them from podcasters, dummy. But here's the reality. People can no longer engage responsibly with this type of stuff. As soon as there's a hit show, a fandom develops, these people start frothing at the mouth, they love it, then they start turning because, by the way, this is kind of the problem.
Will I ever find this?
And I see this a lot on, and I'm not trying to make this political, but you see this a lot on the left. The left because they don't really have traditional, a lot of them don't have traditional religion, but it's so ingrained in our DNA. They create these quasi-religious moments where there's like an epiphany, and their epiphany is like, I don't know, a show about fucking people in LA or the gay hockey players, whatever, and they have this
At least I got 2
wow,
kills.
this is an amazing example of art and love and this and that, and then immediately they start turning on it. They need to turn on it. They need to get angry about it, and they need to prove to themselves and others that it's not actually as good as they thought. And the actors have some bad takes and some bad opinions, and I'm really depressed about this. They ride high on this thing, and then, as if they have to crucify everybody, and then the part of them that wants it to be bad, that wants the experience to leave them empty and unfulfilled, they want to get angry. They need it. They need to tear these people apart. It's something that I've witnessed over and over, and now they're doing it to actors. For a while they were doing it to like comedians and they're still doing it to those people, don't get me wrong. But now it's like actors, and these people, actors don't even know where they are half the time. I know actors. They don't even know where they are. Asking actors to have political opinions is cruel. It's the same thing as dragging the kids out of the fucking ice, that poor little kid with a little fucking blue hat. Like, asking an actor to have a well-articulated political opinion is cruel. It's barbaric, and it's inhumane. Actors exist to be hot and or interesting looking, to be diplomatic, and they should be able to slip into roles. They should be good at being other people. That's their skill. Dragging them out into the light ruins it. It ruins it. The reason Succession was a great show is because Sarah Snook, who plays Shiv, didn't have a podcast where she talked about her pussy for 18 years before, because it wouldn't have worked. Let these people be actors. Let them be actors. Stop dragging them out into the spotlight, analyzing the tan of their skin. Stop making Sydney Sweeney into a political figure. How empty is your life that this big-titted blonde, who's a good actress, needs to be a political figure? It's crazy, but it's deeply unhealthy, and it comes from this reptilian part of the brain that just, you want to see people burn. Cruelty is the point. It's the same thing when the DHN, I'm not equating them because obviously it's horrible to rip kids away from their parents. But by the way, there is some of that that's unavoidable. If you can say these guys are in Trindagua, they're a criminal enterprise, and they came here with a bunch of kids, and we got to get them out of here, keep them all together and get them out. There does need to be a way to get crime syndicates out of the country. I think most people would agree with that. But the same part of the brain that delights in the dumb Department of Homeland Security memes, Santa Claus is coming to deport you, that's the same part of the brain that wants this woman to, this poor woman just got cast in something to play some Mexican chick. She didn't know, she didn't read the book. I believe her. She didn't read, she said, I didn't read the book. What do I know? Also, I know a lot of Mexican people that look white, but whatever, who cares? You want a Mexican actress to play her? Fine. They drag this woman, I don't even know this woman, but they drag this woman, and she goes, you guys are right, and she has to say it, she has to go on her Instagram and go, you guys are right, it's why I love you guys. You let me know this chick was Mexican, I totally get it. I totally get it.
know
and
who
listen,
shot at me, bro.
if you spend your time
Don't even know who shot at
engaging
me.
in this type of behavior, the utterly meaningless, and you give this meaning, and you're running around trying to give your own life meaning by analyzing whether the stars of heated rivalry spend enough time together when they're not on set. If that's what you're doing, you've completely lost the plot. And this is why AI's entertainment's coming, because you're torturing the real people. You're trying to destroy. Fame looks so unappealing right now. You know how unappealing it is now? I mean, yes, if it comes with money, you can always, it's always worth it, because I've been broke, it's not fun. But do you understand, when you were in the 90s and you were famous, you were an actor, you made a great thing, and you got to go away, now it never ends. Now you make a show, and then the people become obsessed with you, and they want to know everything about your private life, okay? And then you wake up one day, and you're just trying to be hot, and somebody's like, what about Sudan? Been kind of quiet on Sudan.
Move after me.
What? These people all need to have fully formed opinions on Iran? And we're analyzing how much time they spend with their co-stars and if they're toxic on set and if they love each other? Connor has been vocal about fans being overly invested in his love life as he adjusts to his newfound fame. And then they're all scared to confirm their sexuality because a lot of these people are straight or whatever they are, you know? And the people can't handle that a straight guy's playing a gay guy. They can't handle it. So then they turn into psychos. Go, you know, there was actually a lot of gay people that could have done that role. A lot of gay people that could have done the role. Whatever. This has become their politics. This has become their political identity. This has become their religion. Hunting the dumbest people in our society and making them have views on Iran. Hunting the dumbest people in our society and making them articulate positions on Palestine. This is barbaric. This is an ice raid. This is an online ice raid. Finding the dumbest and most insignificant people. And it's not to say that actors don't do great shit, but I mean in the realm of the political, you could not find someone more insignificant than the hot guy who's waiting
a 9M, bro.
That's on heated rivalry.
How did that F-15 just stealth get into me, bro?
Nobody. And the fact
Stealth
that these
got it,
people
bro. He got point blank without ever being on my TWS. Never was on my TWS.
And forcing
I'm
them
looking in that
to
direction.
confess what is your sexuality.
Cannot trust these shit radars,
when you come,
man.
what do you think about?
Oh
It's
my
not
god.
enough. Just enjoy the fucking show, you loser.
Too fucking used to
Just
ASOS that actually
enjoy
see
the
people,
fucking
bro.
show, you
Looking
loser.
at that fucking
Enough already.
F-15, bro. I'm
I
looking
can't
at
believe I'm
him
defending, but I
with
got
a
nothing to do
mother.
with these people. I'm defending them. I feel bad for these
TWS
dummies.
never sees him. He sees me and I
I
die.
feel so bad for these
I
dummies.
just don't get it.
They don't know
know
what's
what I did
going on.
wrong
They're
there.
hot. They're trying to
I'd have
remember
loved to
if
put a
red
missile on that
means
guy.
Go or stop or which one is green, and they're just trying to walk across the street and not get killed.
Such a bummer, man.
They're trying to walk across the street and not trip over a food robot, or they don't know where they are half the time. That's not why they're here. They don't know their sexuality. They don't know what's going on. They sat in a chair that got them hard once. They don't know. It's not, they're not here for that. They're not here for that. They're not here to be your hero. They're not here to influence you. They're not here to hold your hand and walk you through your meaningless garbage existence. They are there to pretend to be someone else for a half hour on your television. I can't believe it.
Ground.
And some of them are young. Some of them are like in their late
What do you mean,
teens.
epic?
And they're getting bullied by adults. Some people, they gotta take their social media pages down. They're like, what? I was on the show. Now everyone hates me because they disagree with the ending of the show? They didn't like the season finale?
Attack.
So they're trying to kill me? It's embarrassing. We've reached a point in our culture where we're forcing our hottest, dumbest people to become something they're not. It's cruel. It's degrading. I'm gonna protest that and get shot. I'll be shot protesting that. Defending the rights of hot, dumb people to remain hot and dumb. Because we all benefit in that. It's supposed to be a fantasy, you fucking retards. It's what it is, the dream factory. They're not supposed to be, I don't want to know about these fucking people. What's wrong with you? It diminishes the experience to know too much about them. It's not like politics. Politics, you should want to know all of the things about these people.
Fucking long.
You should want to know where they come from, who funds them, why they
like
believe
shit,
certain things, where their beliefs change. You should want to know
like shit.
why exactly they're having dinner with whoever they're having dinner with. You should want to know all these things. You should be curious about where they live, where they came from.
God,
you should
please
be curious about
play
why
like
they're the governor of a
not
state
idiot
that they didn't grow up in. It's an interesting thing. Well, what about the state do you like? You should want to know
defend when you know there's a
why some of
Eurofighter
them are
firing a C5
incredibly,
off at you at Mock Jesus,
vague
bro.
about their
Defend.
personal lives. You should want to know that. You should want to know who is financially backing their candidacy. You should know the main industries in their state and who runs them. All of that should be fair game if you're a politician, not if you're the star of the
What are you
hockey
watching?
thing.
Listening to the podcast.
That's not what you should care about if you're the star of the hockey thing, you fucking moron. So, we got problems in our society. Big ones. Big ones.
Bro, if I could stop playing like shit, wouldn't that be fucking nice, man?
Issues.
Oh my
here.
god.
We have a government
Can I play like not shit?
that looks to be using, not looks to be, by the
When are you
way,
back on
let me
TikTok?
correct myself.
Sunday
clip that.
evening, which I probably won't even be
government
live
that is
Sunday,
using their
so
billionaire
more
friends
like
to shut
Monday
you up.
morning.
And then potentially maybe put you in jail.
Probably like Monday morning.
And maybe end up getting shot. We don't know. But these aren't independent events. We should look at how we got here. We also have people that are trying to destabilize the country from other countries.
Dang geek.
Or people that live here that are trying to
I'm just chilling, bro.
egg on riots.
I'm
make
just
things
chilling.
worse. 100%.
Riding out
We
the
have people that
TikTok
are stirring
ban
the pot.
while keeping up
We have
the China
agencies in our
grind.
country that want more power. They want a bigger budget. They want autonomous drone technology accepted by the
Why does my
citizenry to
TWS
feel safe.
not see this
They
guy
want
when he's
facial
flying in a straight
recognition.
line?
They want biometric scan. They want all of that. They want it. They want it. So violence to them is good. That works. If everyone feels safe and you all live in a community where everybody cares or trusts each other to the extent that that's possible, you won't need all of the things that are coming. The AI bubble's the only industry in the country that's functioning. And it's not functioning, it's largely fake. But it's one of the only things. It's gotta deliver.
I'm not tracking ahead on target.
This has
bro.
gotta deliver. You got a fucking
I'm over it.
massive investment. Our economy's hinging on this. The stock market's hinging on it. It has to deliver. Well, I would think a great way to usher in AI would be a lot of violence all over the place. That would be my guess. And in fact, if you didn't have that, well then, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't consent to all these new things that are going to start popping up in the next few years. All these companies are going to have to start selling all this technology to the states, to local jurisdictions, to private companies, to private individuals, to other countries.
F-15 over here.
Well,
It's gonna
if you
kill
don't
me.
have, if you have random outbreaks of violence, if you have high incidences of crime, if you have protests that are turning violent and spiraling out of control, if you have the federal government in conflict with the states, which is causing chaos on the streets, private individuals, private corporations, federal, state, local governments, all of these consumers are going to accept this technology, buy this technology. So this, what's happening right now, is the wet dream of the national security state, of Palantir, of all of these different companies. They're not the only company, by the way. There's lots of different companies. And this is their wet dream, because this will lead to surveillance, it will lead to AI government, it will lead to decisions being made by AI. Those ICE agents are untrained buffoons and killed a person. You know who's not going to do that? The robot. The robot's going to know. The robot's not going to fear for its own safety. The robot's going to be programmed to de-escalate things. Watch. It's coming. If you don't think those conversations are happening, you're insane.
Get a crit on that fucking Eurofighter.
And if you have a
then
buffoon group, a
can't notch
ragtag
his
group of
120,
people you
bro.
recruited 25 minutes ago
How did I fail that
that are
notch?
ripping
I
kids
just
out of their
don't get it.
houses and then shooting protesters in the
How
street,
did I
it's a
fail that
pretty
notch?
good argument. In fact, maybe the
Playing
best
so
argument
bad.
I've ever heard for
How,
something that
dude?
5 or
I
10 years ago
fucking
we all would
played
have
it so
completely rejected,
perfect.
which is a
I play it
robotic
so perfect, and I
or
still
drone-based
get a
police.
crit, and then I can't notch his
Okay.
AMRAM.
It's the best argument
How
I've ever
was
heard
I
from
not
you.
able to notch that? I
If
was
you were to
in
make
the fucking
arguments.
notch, did it
You say,
perfectly,
well,
and
this
it
is what
still
this is
fucking
what happens
tracked
when
on me,
people
bro.
do it. Why don't we go
Don't
somewhere else?
understand.
Why don't we go
It's an
somewhere else with this?
AMRAM,
Why don't we
bro.
think about
It's a fucking
automation?
AMRAM.
these decisions will be
AMRAMs
made?
don't
Look at
track,
Waymo's.
dude. They don't.
5 or 10 years, yo, I don't want to
How
drive
does
this
that
car.
track
What?
me,
I
man?
wanna sit
How?
mad.
How does that track me, bro?
People have accepted them, they're using them. And if I was going to make an argument to get rid of people and replace them, this would be a great
Don't
argument.
know how fucking
I
AMRAM
would
tracked me,
show
bro.
this
I
at
notched
my
the
investor
fuck out
meeting.
of that missile.
I would show
Critted
it.
that guy.
If I was
How
an
do you
investor in one
crit
of
the
these
guy?
AI
And
companies,
he
I would
just-
say, I want everyone to watch something, and it's going to be a little disturbing. But I think it's important because I think we've got a real chance here. I would play the shooting of Renee Good, and then I would play the second shooting in Minneapolis. It's the last name. What's his name? Alex what? Freddie. I would play those two shootings, and then I would look at my board. I would say, this is the argument to automate policing. This is the argument to introduce mass surveillance, drone technology, biometric, facial recognition, whatever it is. We want to avoid this. We want to take human error out of this. And that's what I would say. And people will be nodding and sipping their coffee and going, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Because they're basically saying to all these people, they're getting them in rooms. They're getting them in rooms and they're saying this to them. They're saying when this all falls apart, and it will, that's what they're saying to them. They're going, when this all falls apart, and it will, you're going to want to live far away from this, and you're going to want to be protected, not by a bunch of buffoons. You're going to want to be protected by the type of things that you're working on. That's what they're telling me.
Why am I so greedy? I didn't want to
But
use
yeah,
the
some of
PL8B
you are
on
gonna,
him.
flee to Switzerland or whatever, and they'll close the borders, and You know, they'll
At least I got a
and
kill.
all the
First
bullshit
kill
you
in
guys talked about
forever.
open borders and diversity and all the shit you tweeted. You'll flee and you'll live behind gates. You know, but some of you, you know, you're gonna stay in America. You'll stay in America, and
Spend all that
when
time
that
just fucking
happens,
die to
you're gonna
some guy I
want
can't
you want
get
these guys
spotted on my
protecting you.
TWS
Want
when
these
he's
people?
point blank in front of me, bro.
Do you want these people, or do you want what
I
we?
don't even know why I use
Because I'm gonna tell you
TWS.
right now,
It's so bad. It's so
you're gonna want what
unreliable.
we
It gets
have.
me killed more than
So
it
this
gets me
entire
kills. All of the kills I ever get in this
bank
plane are
that
fucking
was
with
all made
HMD,
on
dude.
AI
I just don't understand.
is
I just
going to
don't
be,
understand.
in my mind, in the minds of other
I
people.
just don't get
I don't
it.
mean names.
What is the
You know,
point of a
one
TWS if
person who
it
said-
can't see
I'm
anybody?
the one person who said this, but you can look at all of these different incidents.
What is the
and
point
say
of a
to yourself,
TWS if it cannot
these
see
will be
anyone?
used.
What is the
And
point of
it'll
it?
happen when it happens, and it's may already be happening, but when it starts
Only
happening
kills I get are with fucking
out
HMD,
there,
bro.
when they bring the police robot on the Today Show, they're gonna use the example of
Now I have to
Minnesota.
deal with
They're gonna use these
F-14s.
examples, and they're gonna say what we want to avoid is human error. We want to avoid.
The
And
only thing I
then
haven't died to today is the Core
they're
90.
gonna just start remaking
I've died a
society.
bunch of fucking 120As like
And
a
you're gonna
trash
have- you're
can.
gonna-
How
the
do I
few
keep
rights
dying
you
to
have left are
120As? Like
completely
I'm
gone. They'll be
fucking
completely
terrible at this game.
They'll be
120As are
completely gone. They're already
trash.
evaporating. In Trump's Florida, right-wing Florida,
An arc,
freedom,
fucking
freedom.
Idiot shooting a fucking ER at
What'd you
me,
say about the
bro.
mayor? What'd you say about the mayor in this film? I'm here with a badge and a gun. Freedom!
Probably dead to an ER.
Hey, what'd you say? Trump's Florida, by the way. So the left and the right can keep fighting on X, dreads, keep screaming about
Keep up my
whatever they're screaming
speed.
about. But there's a very, very dark reality that's starting to become very obvious if you're smart enough to zoom
Someone
out.
flew in a straight line, thank
There's
God.
a very, very dark reality.
Both of them flew in straight lines,
And it's going to be
thank
across
God.
the board. It's going to be across the board. The argument to remove people from many, many things is starting to happen. The attacks on artists, entertainers, the idea that they should live up to some standard that was created by 10 psychopaths on Reddit or whatever. Wherever this emanates from, these campaigns against these people. The idea that people are going to be obsolete and that you're not going to need them, that you'll actually be happier with something that was generated by Sam Altman. So the dark reality of what's coming is I don't think a political issue. I think it's an issue that has political elements, but I think it's darker and more important, and I think it's about the survival of humanity. It's about the survival of being an autonomous human being that has the freedoms to speak, to travel, to move, to resist some forms of mass surveillance. I believe all of that
Couldn't get him off,
to be
man.
the
I don't know what I'm
case,
supposed to
and
do
I
against
believe
that.
that you have bad actors on the left, for
I just
sure.
defended
that
so
are-
many
that are
of his
making these
missiles and
protests
just die.
Spill over into
Defended
violent
all
riots.
of his shots and still
And
died
some of those
to
bad
him 'cause I
actors are
couldn't get
federal
him off me.
agents.
No
as we
teammates
know.
to help.
Some of them aren't. It's a
F-16
toxic
ADF
soup
or
of
MSIP
foreign
2.
influence, federal agents, whatever.
I'd go F-15, man.
These bad
I'd
actors
go
on the
F-15.
right that want to cancel elections. And,
F-15 tree is going to have an
and just
F-22 at the end of
basically
it.
turn this into Russia.
F-16 might get an F-35,
And the
might.
oligarchs at the top don't care.
This
That's
is my
the
last
scary
game
thing.
for sure. I'm
They
getting
actually
sick of this
don't
shit.
care. So understand the point of what I've been trying to say here. They actually don't care. Whichever way it
Getting-
seems to be going,
Having to play
they're
one
gonna
way.
survive.
I don't know.
They know they're going to survive.
Trying to do other strats with this thing just is not
That's the
capable
most
of other
disturbing thing
strats.
about it all.
The only strat that
Is that
works for
Matt,
this
they're
thing
still
is
at Mar-a-Lago with the dog mask in the
going
showgirls.
left.
They're dancing, and they don't care. And they'll go to
the second I
Kamala's
get too
house,
aggressive,
or
I get an
Buttigieg's
F-15
house,
just
or Newsom's house. They
hawking
don't
me,
care.
bro. That
Tim
nobody
Cook will
was
go to
shot at
Melania's,
apparently.
documentary, And then if
I don't know
Kamala
how
Harris
he
gets
was
elected
just
and writes
up
a
in
book,
the air like
he'll be
that,
there
able
too.
to hawk
Doesn't
me that whole
matter.
time.
The oligarchs actually don't care who
And no one
runs
could
this
put a
show.
missile on him. Just doesn't make
Whether
sense.
it's
I couldn't
autocracy
fucking
or
see him either. That
democracy
sucked.
or
I knew
bloated
exactly where he was coming
oligarchy,
from.
whether it looks, feels, smells, and tastes the way it has, or whether it kind of makes a sharp turn into something else. It doesn't
Got 3 kills
really
though.
matter to them.
Just doesn't feel
What
good.
really matters to them is that they have enough
Really
money
need
and
more than a
political
3-kill game one
clout
time.
to survive.
Maybe we'll get
And
it
the ones
here.
that don't will flee.
Maybe we'll get
So
it
we're in
here.
another thing now.
Awesome.
You can fight on threads. You can argue on threads. Fight on X. Do anything you want. But we're in another thing now. And you should fully be aware of it. You should fully be aware
out of these clouds.
that the people at the top don't know which way it's going and don't really care.
You're shitting me, bro.
There's factions, there's groups that think it would look better like this, some think it'll look better like that, but at the end of the day, none of them give a fuck about you. None of them
How
want
did I get an RW? How did I get a missile warning there?
you to be able to resist
It's not tracking me anymore?
the things that they are planning. And their only concern is generational wealth for themselves, power for themselves and their families. That's why they went with Trump. That's why they went. They'll go with whoever else is here. And listen, if this, there'll be a fair amount of them that if Trump wants to cancel election, I'm not saying he will, but I'm saying if he does that and uses some violence in the street as a there'll be a fair amount of people that just go with him. Elon will go with him. The Ellisons will go with him. And there'll be other people that are an opposing faction. It's now a naked power grab at the top. There's absolutely no doubt about what is going on. And it is darker than the political fights you're having about, well, if, you know, there were less immigrants, there'd be higher hourly wages, or maybe more immigrants actually grow the economy because there's other things happening. It's not that those debates are inherently unimportant. It's not that you shouldn't, in a free society, be able to debate things and then, you know, enact laws and change the course of things for the better. It's not about any of that. It's about, if you zoom out, you can kind of see what's happening. There's a bunch of people at the very top that are sitting on the fence, not really knowing where this thing's going to go. Maybe it's always been like that. Now we just really have the means to see it for what it is. Maybe it's always been like that. It probably has. We've probably just had different factions sitting at the top going, what's this thing going to do? Are we going with Hitler? Who knows? Maybe we would. Maybe there were people in Germany going like, There's people in America going like, hey, maybe we'll be a kind of a fascist state. And then there's people that, you know, during the Eisenhower and the Truman administration were burrowing in pretty high-level communists who were like, maybe we'll go Soviet, maybe we'll be communists. I don't think it's ever not been the case, but now we have the tools to explicitly see it for what it is. All these people are also out on social media, like begging for our approval and trying to tell jokes. They're trying to be their PR strategy is different. They're out. They're buying the social media app that you wake up and post on. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening, and it's not political. It's apolitical, which makes it even scarier. And I'm not trying to say like, don't vote, or it doesn't matter, or Trump's good, or whatever. You think I'm trying to say? I'm not saying that. I'm saying
See,
that
Dane, have fun, GG.
the tech
See you,
people
bro.
were
See
very
ya.
liberal are now very right wing, and they'll be very liberal, and they don't care. They don't care. And then the people that came to power, criticizing free speech, criticizing the lack of free speech on social media, are now shutting down free speech on social media. So it's obvious that a lot of this is fake. And it's performative, it's a show, it's a reality show. I mean, it's not necessarily the funniest episode we've done, but it is the truth. It is what's happening. It is what's happening. And in this time, you can really only trust one person. There's one person that I trust in this time. There's only one person I trust. And it's Erica Kirk. Good night. Israeli official says Iran war is inevitable and U.S. should attack now. That's what I love about Israel. I like it as a friend. They're always getting us into something. I like it. The summer got a little boring since, you know, they almost shot the president in broad daylight. They, who knows who they is. I'm just saying it was, you know, we're kind of in the doldrums, the dog days of summer, as they say. And of course, our good friend Israel says, listen, this war with Iran, which no one knew anything about a few months ago, is an inevitability. It's just going to happen. And the U.S. should attack now. Just get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off. Go in there and do what you need to do. Let's not get nuts with the diplomacy. Let's not waste anybody's time. Israel's like, people's patience has been really strained by this Gaza war, which has gone on now for almost a year, right? And they go, people are really getting sick of this. Nobody knows what the objective anymore is in Gaza. I don't think anyone knows. I don't think anyone knows what the objective is anymore. I don't think the objective is clear now. I don't know if it, you know, one time it was to defend yourself, to root out Hamas, and people understood that. But now, I don't know that anyone knows that, you know, there's a clear objective or a clear plan for what's going on. So I think Benjamin Netanyahu, to his credit, has figured out the only way to really keep people's eyes on the ball is to keep the party going. I mean, we got to keep the party going. And the way to keep the party going is to just get the United States to just start launching cruise missiles into Iran, apparently. It is inevitable. Along with a surge of combat aircraft and warships, President Biden dispatched 3 of his top Mideast advisors, CIA Director Bill Burns, to the region this week to try to delay Iranian and Hezbollah military reaction against Israel. Because remember, Israel went in and they killed Ismail Haniyeh, who is the Hamas political bureau chief, who was in Iran, I believe, to attend the new swearing in of the president of Iran. Remember, the old president in Iran died in the helicopter crash that perhaps, I mean, Israel's good at this, perhaps Mossad had something to do with. Perhaps it was just one. I don't know. Helicopters are all held together by that God nut. It's that one bolt. And if it goes, it's over. So these things do happen. I am terrified when I get in a helicopter and I've only done it a few times, and I take off on the West Side Highway and we go out to Meadow Lane in Southampton. It is a very scary thing. So I'm not saying that